On Monday evening, the community of Silvertongue, Wismer-Linden, was thrown into a state of mourning over the loss of 12-year-old Yakila Cale Adams and her aunt Cheryl Moore, who perished when a fire swept through their two-story concrete home. The fire allegedly was set by a man who is known to the family and lives at the property. Reports are that around 23:45 hours, the family of 6 were awakened by smoke from the bottom flat of the house and the smell of kerosene. Some of the relatives jumped over the veranda and were rescued by neighbors. It was then discovered that the 12-year-old and her aunt were trapped in the building, which was quickly engulfed in flames. Efforts to rescue them were unsuccessful. Both bodies were found on the stairway in the house. Hours after the suspected arsonist Akil Moore was arrested and remains in police custody, assisting with investigation. Meanwhile, a mother and her 7-year-old son on Tuesday morning perished in a fire at their Godope Essequibo Coast residence. The mothers have been identified as Sasha LaCruz, while the son's name was given as Aisha Wilson. According to reports, the two were asleep when the fire broke out at their home at around 5:20 a.m. and shortly after, neighbors heard a child screaming, but were unable to rescue them since the house was already engulfed. Neighbors contacted the fire department, but on their arrival at the scene, the property was already razed. The origin of the fire is yet to be determined. Following the fires, Minister of Home Affairs Rupson Ben visited the relatives of the victims to offer words of comfort and support. The fire service said that despite firefighters' best efforts, both buildings and their contents were destroyed by the time the fires were extinguished. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.